Okay, everybody, it's Total War is here, and I am here once again. I am gonna be Saba. So we're defending the city of Condominium, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's actually the capital of the Iceni in here's put this on slow motion. It's the capital of the Iceni in Grand Campaign in the campaign map. So it's going to be Clochis, Saba, and Parthia on defense. So Parthia and Saba are very Sally factions. You know, when you see Parthia and Saba, you automatically expect to have a Sally coming, and then Clochis is kind of it's not a great faction, and some people would probably argue with you that it's between Clochis and the Eridei for worst faction in the Total War game, or in Rome 2. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. On attack, we have some powerhouse factions, actually. Swaby, the Sword Master's very deadly unit right there. So there's going to be a whole line of those moving up his siege towers. Then we're going to have another siege tower not another siege tower for a general. A Sword Master for a general. Bloodsworn, 3 Bloodsworn, another Sword Master. So he went a very heavy, a very elite route, only 4 Bloodsworn. So very, very expensive route. Those Bloodsworn are amazing units. Then over here for Aravarni, it's going to be Chosen Swords, as well as some Oathsworn, 2 Oathsworn units to be precise. We got a Celtic Warrior. Also the Gallic Hunters, I believe that he has 4 Gallic Hunters, but they're hidden, and apparently on replay you can't see hidden units for the attackers. Okay, then over here we're going to have Seleucid, and it's going to be 2 Hillmen, 3 Hillmen, some Hellenic Cataphracts, Armored Indian Elephants, 3 Spears, Archers, Heavy Greek Augur, Syrian Archers, Silver Shield Pikes, Thorax Swords, Silver Shield Swords, Thorax Swords, Royal Pelthos, some Camel Spearmen. So yeah, actually I should have paused it because things are going really fast here. I was just going to put it in slow motion, but that's apparently not going to work. Okay, here for Clochis, the main defender inside the city right now, well, with Parthia. We got the Clochian Nobles. Very good looking unit. I mean, very nice armor, everything. Some people would say that this is also the nicest looking unit in the game. I disagree. I prefer the Armored Shoto Warriors, but I guess it's a matter of debate. So we got 3 of those Clochian Nobles. Actually make that 5. And then we're going to have the Cartilli Axemen. This is kind of like an Armenian unit. Yeah, it's all axe, so it's going to have very high armor piercing. And then for Saba here, a lot of cav for Saba. Armored Camel Spearmen, 2 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Sabaean Camel Cataphracts. And then 2 more of those. Sabaean Camel Cataphracts, a very, very good unit right there. Then over here for Saba, we have more Sabaean Camel Cataphracts, 4 more to be precise. Then 2 Armored Camel Spearmen, and for a general, we're going to have the Royal Marib Cavalry. So that's very good melee cavalry. So all cavalry there for Saba. Here for Parthia on the outside already, we have Camel Cataphracts, 4 Camel Cataphracts, 2 Horse Archers for Clochis. He'll be in the Sally as well. The Parthian Swords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Parthian Swords, 8 Parthian Swords. Got some Parthian Foot Archers here. We got a Clochian Noble for a general for Clochis. Some more Cartilli Axemen. I believe those are all Cartilli Axemen. Then we have the Eastern Spearmen, the cheapest, worst unit you can get. Then some Hillmen thrown in here for Parthia. So yeah, some interesting army compositions there for both sides, and now we're going to see what happens here. So yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's like the 3 weak factions. You know, Parthia, not great infantry. Saba, not great infantry. I mean, they have the Mercenary Mascadian Marauders. Those are very good infantry. But yeah, and then Clochis, like I said earlier, is arguably one of the worst factions in the game. So against 3 relatively good, I mean, factions like Seleucid is balanced, Aravarni's balanced, and Swaby is very good on that sword masters. Now the Sabaean camel cataphracts got a great charge there on the Syrian heavy archers. And looks like we got some hillmen moving up the siege towers, but there's gonna them Sabaean camel cataphracts, 70 kills already as they just wiped out those Syrian heavies. But it looks like they're gonna get a counter charge here from the camel cataphracts, camel spearmen. Sorry, not camel cataphracts. Now they're gonna turn off and just charge right into the back of the hillmen there, who are moving the siege towers already to 100 and some kills. Wow, that's moving fast. 172, 174, 176. Yeah. So one hillman already with red morale. Now the rest of Saba's army is going to leave. The camel force, actually all of their units except for their general for Saba is a camel unit, I believe. It is because it's the armored camel spearmen and then the Sabaean camel cataphracts, and those are all camel units except for the general. He's okay. So over here. Whoa, 300 kills on the Sabaean camel cataphracts already. Another 190 on the next. Gonna go after that ballista, it looks like. And these guys just ravaging the weaker units of Swaby. You know, he has his elite infantry moving up that the siege towers. So his cheaper units, which are normally working with the siege towers, are in the back. And Saba is taking advantage of that, and he's just gonna decimate those back ranks. 220. On that one, 388 on the other. So while the back ranks of Saba just getting decimated, and the swordmasters not coming off the siege towers to help, he's just going to continue with his attack. Then back over here, looks like we got some Celtic warriors took a charge from 2 Sabaean camel cataphracts, and that is just going to be painful for those 2 units. But it looks like we're going to get some chosen swords moving up. To catch these camel cataphracts stationary is the best way that the attackers are going to deal with them. Here we got one camel cataphract coming out of the fight. 236 kills. Looks like it's going to rout with that. Got something charging in right there. Got some armored camel spearmen charging in, trying to stop the helmet cataphracts who are losing. We also have some Indian armored elephants in that fight, and our elephants are going to do great against that cavalry, I believe. They have a bonus versus large? No, they don't. But I feel like elephants always, when an elephant gets in, it's just like decimates the cavalry, I feel like. Okay, so we're going to get some charges on the archers. These are not the Syrian heavy archers, just regular archers. I don't know why he opted to bring these instead of the more elite Syrians. Okay, maybe I read that wrong. I read all these Syrian heavies earlier, I believe. Forgive me. I made a huge mistake there. Those are just archers. Those are not the Syrian heavy. Then the hillmen are in full rout there as the camel charge and the camels for Parthia too. So yes, an entire camel charge just routing Seleucid's ranks. Here we have some more camel cataphracts, Sabaean camel cataphracts charging into those royal peltasts. Oof. That is just, I mean, you can't really tell what's going on. Okay, here we have some thorax swords. The horse archers getting in early, throwing some rounds into the pikes. I don't know if I mentioned these earlier. We got one silver shield pike, second silver shield pike, shield bearers, thorax pikemen, so a lot of pikes there. Okay, so a lot of Oathsworn have emerged from the woods. You can see here now as well, the Gallic hunters have come out. 152 on those camel spearmen. I don't know what their objective was in charging into that other one. Maybe they were trying to get to the archers there. We're going to reform right here. Kind of a bad spot to reform, like right in front of the javelins of the chosen swords. Back over here, we have more camel spearmen, and they are just taking the ranks of Swaby apart. Look at these 2 units. 535 kills on those 2 unit, on that unit right there. This one here at 425. Between that's like decimated the back ranks of Swaby. Now we got another club levy moving up. That's the last lightly armored unit so far. The sword master is going to take a charge there, a frontal charge from those Sabaean camel cataphracts, and oof, yeah, Saba's taking apart this back. The back ranks here, and the rest of Saba's army still just like in the woods. Here we got one unit moving up, as well as one here in the back, going to emerge from the woods as well. We also have the routing Seleucid camel unit right there. The camel spearmen have come back into the fight. They just disappeared away right there, but they were there, and they are there. So, okay, we got more camels. 138 on these camels here. Level 1 chevron they've earned here. Gonna get pinched by the pikes, and that's gonna be painful. At least the banner carrier's gotten pinched by the pikes. They're at 63 kills, so not quite as impressive. They have lost over half their unit, so not great. Here we have, he died just before I could figure out how many kills he had. Look at this. The camels must have just charged right into the front of the pikes, and that was a really bad idea. Don't know what I was thinking. The elephants, only 49 kills. That looks like they've lost a few elephants. It's 2 men to an elephant, and there's 18 men, 24, so, oh, it's going down again. I think it's more when the 2 men on top of the elephants die, that they, that the elephant dies. The elephant itself, as far as I've ever noticed, never really dies. It's like the men on the elephant, the riders back there, the guy with the box and the guy driving the elephant, I guess he's driving him, herding him, is when they die, is when the elephant itself dies. At least that's what I've noticed. At least that's what I feel like. Okay, the camel cataphracts over here, 490 and 589. And now they're going after that last Swordmaster of Swaby. The Swordmaster fighting valiantly, actually. 54 kills. It's in triangle. Shield wall's better against the cavalry attacks, camel attacks, whatever. But he's going to opt for the wedge instead. But like, it's more of an offensive move. The shield wall, I feel, always does better. Now, the rest of the sword masters have entered the city, the first units of the attackers to actually get into the city, and they're going to go against those Klachian nobles, taking some tower fire there from the gate, as well as some archer fire into the back. It looks like these eastern archers are going to fire into the back of those, while the Klachian nobles hold them in place. Swordmaster's not going to like that because they're already not super heavy melee. They're only heavy melee infantry, so they don't have quite as much armor, and now taking that fire to the back is going to be even worse. And he's just going to go all in against the Cartilli Axemen here. Got some javelin fire coming in support there. The Cartilli Axemen will not stand against that. The Cartilli Axemen are not great at all. I mean, they're just bad all around, kind of. But, yeah, they're going to buckle real quick. The Klachian nobles look like they're moving up to relieve them. So, could Saba, or Swaby looks like he's kind of going down now. So we also have Parthia coming with some more camel cataphracts coming out through this little back entrance in this citadel. And it's going to try to encircle Swaby there. Possibly. Looks like he's staying stationary as of right now. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Back over here, we're going to have nothing happening inside the walls. Looks like we got some archer fire coming from Parthia out there, firing out, helping the cavalry forces. Here, 174 on the camels. And with Swaby kind of gone, I guess they still have their elites inside the city, but they've kind of abandoned the 2 factions over here, Araverni and Swaby. But we do have the Sabaean camel cataphracts. Gonna do a charge there. And Seleucid pretty much decimated. Araverni's still holding on to their units. I mean, they still have most of their army, it appears. Strictly speaking, mostly their elites. A few of their chosen swords, you can see a few of their chosen swords taking casualties there. 157, 139. So most of their chosen swords have taken some hits and lost a few men. The Oathsworn seem relatively untouched, and this one's lost some 3 some. And the horse archers from Crochus are actually going to fire arrows into the armored elephants here. And that could be good. Seleucid needs to get them out of there because you don't want them to sit and take that arrow fire. There they go berserk. One left. Just one alive. The horse archers are going to leave rather than kill him. Okay, no, they're going to send that out. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's the end of the elephants. They are no more. After harrowing archer fire comes from the horse archers of Clochis, and he's going to mow them down. Those horse archers, 40 kills, 38 kills, so not high kill count, but they definitely have to spend more ammunition on those elephants, and each elephant only counts for 2 kills because you only get the kills from the 2 men on top. I don't know, maybe they should make an elephant worth like 60 kills, just be like, oh, look what we did. Or like every round of ammunition, what you would have done if you were firing into like a heavy infantry. Every round was worth that many kills or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, that would probably not work, but it still would be interesting. So the Sabaean camel cataphracts are coming in from decimating Saba, 626 and 528. And they're pretty the units are pretty decimated there. They don't got much left, 14, 20. But that is like over 1,000 kills over 2 units. That's crazy. Over 600 on the one. I believe has the more. Yeah. Now the Clochian nobles have wrapped up most, or almost all, of these sword masters here. The archers, 140, 176. That's what firing into their backs gets you. It really gets your kill counts a lot higher. Here, the camel cataphracts, 157, 113. They really decimated the swordmasters, 9, 30, 24. So not great by the swordmasters. I believe this guy quit, and that is the reason his units kind of like suicide charged. You saw he bunched his units up with his back to the archers and just clumping his units right here rather than and not guarding this entrance back here in the back where the Parthian cavalry came from. So I believe he quit, so you can't blame him too much. He didn't quit, or he quit about the time his siege towers got to the wall. A little after his siege towers got to the wall, I believe. Figured, my units are just getting destroyed outside. I think I'm gonna be done. I can't win this with no reinforcements. You know, my elites don't have any help from the club levies. I guess it's not worth my time. Now we do have a surrounding coming from these camel cataphracts. I kind of moved to force them to form their box in all directions because that requires more infantry units to cover archers in the center if there is any archers. I believe there still should be some. What are they called? The Aravernese archers, Gallic hunters. There we go. The Gallic hunters are experts at staying hidden, so I believe there's still some in there. Otherwise, they wouldn't really form a box, I don't think. I mean, they might to keep from getting surrounded. Okay, so you're going to see a gap open up here between the buildings and the unit. Could be an opening there for the armored camel spearmen to get into the backs. Looks like we got some tests coming from these armored camels moving up, kind of testing to see how offensive the enemies are. Parthia now coming out with the Hillmen and the Parthian swords, gonna leave the city, and they're gonna show Araverni and Seleucid what their infantry is made of, fighting outside the walls with their cavalry. They're gonna sally, a full sally actually, their whole army. Archers still lining the walls here. 0 kills, 66 kills, 19 kills. So wow, the whole Parthian army now is gonna leave. Wow. Clochis looks like he's gonna opt to stay more he's gonna stay inside. He's not gonna try to sally with us. He might move up a little bit here with the Clochian, or the Cardili Axemen. Those aren't the Clochian nobles. No, that's a spear unit. I'm looking at a axe unit there. Okay, we got some Sabaean camel cataphracts, 50 kills, and this fresh Parthian infantry looks like it's going to be enough to just shut down Araverni, maybe. I think Araverni can just be like, okay, we're going all in. Our chosen swords are better than the Parthian swordsmen. We're going to give it a try. But it looks like he's going to... Oh, I thought he was stopping there to throw his javelins. I'm like, they outnumber you. It's probably better to just charge him. But they did get intercepted by some hillmen, which allowed the Parthian swords to get a few javelins off, inflict a few kills. Over here we have a chosen sword. Did get in on that Parthian sword. These chosen swords are going to fire into the side of the Parthian swords there. Okay, I think I called the Araverni General Oathsworn. Sorry, this is a spear noble. For some reason, I'm thinking I called it a Oathsworn. I don't know why. Normally it is. They opted for a cheaper general there. Okay, over here we got some shield bearers chasing down those armored camel spearmen. And look at this. We're going to get a countercharge while the units all spread out on the chase. And look at that. It's just going to go right into those thin lines maybe. No? Just going to let them reform a little bit. Okay, there we go. Charge right into the thin ranks, and that's just going to cut right through where all those men are just scattered. Going to get another turnaround from the armored camels that were getting chased. And here they go, into the shield bearers. So at least they're not going into like a pike unit or something. They're going to like a heavy, super heavy, very heavy melee infantry, or spear infantry. They're not going into pikes, but there is a bonus versus large on this, I believe. Yeah, 20 bonus versus large. So it's probably not wise to go charging into this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, over here, the Sabaean camel cataphracts going around, the horse archers and still thrown into those thorax pikes. And here we go. The Sabaean camels got back there, and they are going for the chosen swords. I think I saw him click there. Okay, we got the armored camels, 52 kills, fighting those Thurio spears. Okay, it's going to turn around. The Sabaean camel cataphract going to charge into the back of the shield bearers, the Thurio spear, and the thorax. And here it comes. The thorax going to turn to meet it. Oh, the camels are just going to smash them. Oof. But the shield wall did save them a little bit of that, the brunt of that attack. Here, these camels here have pulled off. They're clear back here already. They have pulled off. Oh, we got a chain route coming in here for Seleucid, who army losses. So the general's not dead yet, but they have suffered army losses. So I was thinking maybe their general died, and that was what was causing this chain route over here. But their general is still alive. Morale for that unit is on red, though. It's getting harassed by some horse archers who are still going. I mean, these guys have like unending ammunition. 64 kills there, 66. Okay, so that's going to just cause a rout from the thorax swords, the Thurio spears, the shield bearers. Here we have some thorax pikemen that are in the rout. You want to kill those pikemen while they're in the rout, because when the banner is still there, they can come back into the fight. You want to get rid of those pikes, especially when you have cavalry, because you don't want them coming back and then shutting your cavalry down. Now the Oathsworn here are engaging. The Parthian swords did a good job beating back those chosen swordsmen, and the archer fire just pouring down into the back of that Oathsworn right there. 2 units of Eastern archers just unleashed. 188, 153 on those units. They were firing into the backs of those sword masters. So they got a huge kill count. Here we have armored camel spearmen, 67 kills there. Nothing special on that unit. Okay, here, this one 172, 120, this one 174, and chasing down a Thurio spear. Okay, over here, the general from Seleucid is broken, and yeah, that's going to be the end of it. It looks like it's just going to be a chain route. So, we'll look at the statistics here. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Yeah, it really helps out. So here for Total Wars here, I finally got around to changing my name, people. I used to be Victory for Me. I finally got around to changing it. So 273 or 2,732 kills. 0 on the Royal Marib Cavalry. They never really exited the walls. The Armored Camel Spearmen did decent. Okay, here these two did okay. This one here, 128, did great. 528 for these Armored Camels and 626 on those ones. Sorry, I'm like not focused or something. I don't know. My brain's like, okay, 528 on this one. These 2 units did amazing. 1,000 kills between the 2 of them. Here, 185, 236, 99, 188, 101, 9. Wow, that's pitiful. It's like all of them are in the hundreds. I could say all the camel spearmen are in the Sabaean camel spearmen are in the hundreds, except there's just this one black sheep. It's just different from everybody else. It just couldn't do it. Then for dark navy blue, 2,392 kills. This is going to be Parthia, and he's going to have 222 on his general. For very few losses, you can see that bar is still very high. So he retained most of his unit and still scored 222 kills. Great job, great use of his general. Then here, the camel cataphracts did okay, 161, 256, that's a great one right there. 336, another great one right there. 223, another really good one. This one here, kind of the black sheep of the lot. 28. Okay, the archers did great. 182, 83, 241, 147. Great job there. 111 on these Parthian swords, the hillmen. I mean, they're hillmen. What can we say? They're horrible units. They're like the worst of the worst. Nobody expected them to get 60 kills or plus, you know. 109, 42, 76. So good job by the Parthian swords there. Then Vincian Daniello is going to be Clochis, and he has 1,276 kills. He's going to have the Clochian nobles. And then the two horse archers did great with the horse archers, 78, 134, 201, and 161 on the eastern archers. 0 on the two Clochian nobles. Must have never engaged. Then these ones here, 123, 133, and 59, so good job there. The eastern spearmen only got 8 kills. It's a bad unit. It's the cheapest spear unit you can get for like any faction. I think it's only like 170. Like even the Levy Freeman costs more than that, so it's a really bad unit. 90 kills on the Carrion Axeman, or not Carrion, Cartali Axeman. 2, 24, 0, 0. These ones never engaged. 97. You know how I can tell they never engaged? They don't have any kills. Now Mars here, playing as Araverni for the attackers, and he has 993 kills. 68 on his general. Not great by his archers, especially the elite Gallic hunters of Araverni. 31 on the Celtic warriors here. The chosen swords, again, they have low kill counts. 141 here is the highest of those. But you have to remember, they were fighting cavalry units, and a cavalry unit's only 90 men to a unit, I believe, or less than that. I don't know. Oh my goodness, I'm going to blank. It's like half of a unit if a unit's 160. So it's like 80 men to a unit. So if he killed here 84 men, he killed a unit and then some. So these units did good because they were fighting low count units. So good job by the chosen swords. Then the same thing with the Oathsworn, 67, 60, 65, 67, 70, and 47. Then for free, Dom Blue 7, 610 kills, 34 on his general, which was a Silver Shield Pike, 23 on his Heavy Augur, 50 on his elephants, 52 on the Hellenic Cataphracts, 0 on those archers there, 1, 24, 21, 26, 4, 1, 22. This Hillman did pretty good, 22 kills. For a Hillman is decent. 55 on the pikes. Then Thorax Pike, 48, 42. The Silver Shields, or Shield Bearers, not Silver Shields. Shield Bearers, 60 kills. The Royal Potas, 30. 37, 24, 74. So good job by Seleucid. Ares here, 22 kills on his general. 0 on that ballista, 0, 1, 0, 0. Those archers were terribly harassed. You'll notice the archer counts are like extremely low for the attackers because they were like constantly harassed by the cavalry. They didn't stand a chance early in the fight. Maybe once the box got around them, once the infantry surrounded them and started protecting them, maybe then they had a chance. But until then, they were just getting decimated by this cavalry. The sword masters here, you got to remember they went AI, I believe. So their counts are going to be lower because AI is just, it always gets lower kill counts. And so, yeah, you got to kind of forgive those sword masters. 86 being the best. And that was probably the one that was fighting the cavalry. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as I already mentioned. And thanks again for watching.